Hey guys, hope you're doing very well. In today's video I am going to be reading an article that sparked my interest when it come up on my news feed. But yeah, the reason why this, I mean you'll figure out why this intrigued me. I actually haven't read it. I saw it and I saved it and I was like, right, let's just read this to you guys, so you guys are hearing and reading whatever it is this at the same time as I am, kind of thing. This was posted by The Mirror, not like the best news source, but you know, it will do. The headline for this article is teen hasn't spoke to mum for 3 years after dreamcatcher tattoo tore family apart. Casey Victory, 17, from Australia, needed her parents' signed permission to get a tattoo when she was just 16. Her dad said yes, but now her mum has taken him to court. So my first impressions for this is, I mean, yeah, I think you only need one parent's permission to, you know, get a tattoo. You only need one signature. I believe though that this should have been something that would have been discussed between the mum and the dad. Just personally, I feel like that's something they should have maybe communicated on. Just me, maybe. It's one of those things, like, let's read on and then I'll get more into it. It says, a teenage girl hasn't spoke to her mum in 3 years after a tattoo tore her family apart, and now her dad could go to jail. Casey Victory, now 17, from Australia, needed her parents' signed permission to get an ankle tattoo when she was just 16. That doesn't make sense. So she hasn't spoken to her mum in 3 years, but she's only had the tattoo for a year because she got the tattoo when she was 16 and now she's 17, but it's saying that it tore them apart for 3 years. I mean, I'm not the smartest book in the library, but that does not add up to me. Right? We'll read more and see what happens. The article carries on saying, at the time she was living with her divorced dad, Bradley, who has had tattoos himself, and he agreed she should get the inking. Okay, so if she was under the roof of her dad, then like he's the main parent, in my opinion. So he's the main guardian of this girl, right? So in my opinion, coming from like divorced parents and stuff like that, like my mum would have always been the person to say yes or no. Because I lived with her. Like, at first I thought these parents were together, but he's the main parent in my opinion. So Casey went ahead with the dreamcatcher tattoo, which says symbolises good luck in Native American culture and had a significant meaning for her at the time. I obviously don't know if Casey's Native American. There's a lot of like iffiness when it comes to like, maybe should we go into this in this video? I don't know. Leave your thoughts down below. But I know dream catchers are kind of like a iffy topic when it comes to getting tattoos, because you know, if you're not Native American, it's a bit like culture appropriation. I don't know, we'll discuss down below. I won't go into it in this video. But Bradley, 45, has now been charged with occasioning, is that the right word? Occasioning actually bodily harm and wounding a person with intent to cause grievous bodily harm after Casey's mum, who she wasn't speaking to at the time, took him to court. Are you, oh my god, are you actually kidding me? There are actual people out there in the world that have caused actual serious harm, like not allowing your teenage daughter to get a tattoo when she wants it and the parents say yes, like it's all consensual. There are people out there that haven't had consensual bodily harm to them, and their attackers or whoever go away scot-free, don't go to court, nothing, like they get a slap on the wrist maybe. This is ridiculous. Like, it's all legal, there's permission there, all sorts, there's nothing wrong going on here, and the mum has an issue with it. Do you know what this is? This is what pisses me off, right? You know when parents split up, right, and they use their kid as a weapon? This is what it is the mum don't care about the tattoo deep down. Let's be serious, the mum doesn't give a flying fuck. She just wants to damage her ex-partner or ex-husband or whatever. That's all this is. It's being spiteful and manipulative and disgusting, and oh, it's got nothing to do with the tattoo. I'm telling you now, I don't care if some of you guys think I'm wrong. I just see this as someone being an absolute arsehole for the sake of being an arsehole. There is nothing wrong here. The child is fine. It's all legal. Oh, I hate shit like this. The later charge has been dropped, but the assault charge remains and could result in maximum 5 years prison for the truck driver who has pleaded not guilty. He's not guilty! maybe I'm missing the point here. Please correct me if I am wrong. I don't see anything wrong here at all. Casey wanted the tattoo. The father, who is in care of Casey, signed the paper and said, yeah, absolutely, I have tattoos too. You know, if you want this tattoo and it means something to you, let's go ahead and do it. That to me is absolutely fine. The fact that he could go to prison for doing this because this mother has some issue. Yeah, she may not like tattoos or whatever, but she is doing this to be spiteful. Casey doesn't even live with you. What is your problem? Okay, so there's a picture of Casey here. She's gorgeous, beautiful, lovely, and her tattoo there on her ankle is not even... Do you know what, right? I'd understand if the mother was mad because, like, the father had decided to let Casey have a massive ass face tattoo as a first tattoo, or a massive neck tattoo like mine, or something like that. Something obnoxious or offensive or whatever, right? I'd understand that a little bit, just a little bit. I'd be like, I can kind of see taking legal action. So petty. But I can understand if she was a bit like, oh, for fuck's sake, about like a really massive, obnoxious tattoo. It's on her ankle, it's in black and grey. You can easily hide that with like long pair of trousers, tights, socks, whatever. It's not... Under New South Wales laws, minors are required a written permission from a parent or guardian to get the tattoo. So they did that. She didn't go to a tattoo studio with no permission or, you know, illegally or anything like that. Like, she had signed permission from her father, who is her main guardian, parent, whatever, because she lives with him. Mum Nadine Ray Reese, oh, that's a mouthful, lodged court proceedings over the incident, alleging the decision was made without her consent. But she doesn't live with you! Oh my days. And if they're not talking because they've fallen out or whatever, like, don't be a parent if you can't be in someone's life 24/7 or be there 24/7. Pick up the phone. Hey mum, I really want this tattoo. My dad said it's okay. Can we discuss this together as a group? Ooh, parenting at its finest. No, if you decide not to talk to each other, you don't get to say anything. Again, this is coming from someone that has divorced parents. I mean, my mum passed away. Dad's not in my life. He's a dickhead. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is coming from someone that's, I guess, in Casey's situation here. I mean, I'm old enough to get my own tattoos, so I don't need anyone's permission. But I can see this from Casey's side. And then it carries on saying, and Casey siding with her dad, hasn't spoken to her mum since. I mean, I don't blame her. Mr. Victory told Australian show A Current Affair that he was very protective of his daughter. That's so lovely to hear. That's very nice to hear. Appearing with Casey by his side, he said, I'll do anything for Casey to protect my daughter. Yeah, I would go to the extreme lengths for all my kids. They mean the world to me. That's so nice to hear. Casey then admitted she hasn't spoken to her mother. I have spoken to mum in 3 years, she said, adding her dad was all I could ever ask for. He's the best dad. He does everything for me. There you go. The dad, again, evidence here is the primary caretaker of Casey, right? So the mum really has no say. Oh, you gave birth to her? Cool. But have you been there to help Casey through her teen years when she needs a mother? Doesn't sound like it. So, okay. I'm maybe being a bit too harsh, but I resonate with Casey and, you know, anger towards a parent. She said, I can go to him about anything, teaches me how to do stuff, can ask him anything. He's always there for me when I need help. Okay, so, and this is a picture of the mother. Interesting. Lawyer Sam McAdone, I'm probably saying that wrong, Macedone, told the Australian TV show that it was quite legal for one parent to give consent. Exactly! Having this man charged with assaulting her is, in my mind, ridiculous, Mr. McDonald said. Like, this isn't going to get your daughter back. Maybe being a good parent would get your daughter back. Just putting it out there, you know? Yeah. At a first court appearance at Picton Local Court on Wednesday, the GBH charge was dropped, but the ABH charge is still being fought. Oh, and that's it. That's... I just find this absolutely ridiculous. I just don't... What's the point? You're wasting money with legal fees. You're not going to get your daughter back acting like an absolute idiot. What's the point? She's happy with the tattoo. The dad, who is the primary carer, said it's absolutely fine. He also has tattoos, and that's probably like a good thing. Like, if a parent has tattoos, obviously knows like the pros and cons of getting tattoos, so they're like the best people to say yes or no, in my opinion. I mean, obviously parents without tattoos can say yes or no as well, obviously, but you know, like he's probably helped her through the healing process and all this. Like, it's not been done dangerously, it's not neglectful, nothing like that. Could you imagine going to jail and you're in amongst like murderers, rapists, and people are like, oh, what are you in here for? And the dad's like, oh, I legally let my daughter have a tattoo, but you know, the mother had an issue with it. Could you imagine? And there's like rapists roaming free, and murderers and attackers and horrible people. Hopefully whoever is in court for this sees how stupid this is and is just like, darling, like, just go home. Like, get the taxi, fuck off. I hope so. I would love to know your thoughts and opinions on this. Does this enrage you? How do you feel about this? Do you think the mum is in the right? Do you think the dad is in the right? How would you feel if you were in this situation? I'd love to know. Discuss down below. And yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.